Who's hosting?
That's a good question. Zach, take it away.
He looks half asleep. He ain't hosting.
That's why I'm calling it on him.
Hey, you might be.
Hey man, I told these guys this whole week I've been to bed by like 8:30.
Wow.
So you doing good today?
You're doing great.
Nice.
Doing great. You want to know who's not doing great?
Who's not doing great?
The people we're about to talk about.
Oh yeah! It's Darwin Award week, baby.
Yeah, the Darwin Award winners, they're not doing great.
Are they really winners?
So tonight we're going to be talking about Darwin Awards. We're going to have some fun. Introduce the fellas for tonight, though. We got Tony,
Hello.
Austin,
Hey.
Chris,
Hello.
and Cam.
Hello.
And I am Zach, your host for tonight, for these wonderful Darwin Awards.
Oh, I love talking about them. Really? Are they like participation trophies?
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Thanks for living life.
They make me feel so much better about myself.
I hope there's a trophy waiting for him at the pearly gates. Congratulations, you're an idiot.
You know, I was so dumb back when I first heard about Darwin Awards. I thought they were like a legit award.
Yeah.
That like you would be buried with it or something.
That'd be great.
They
Could
should
you
be.
imagine?
Hey,
Thank you for
it's
taking
like-
your
It's
life
on your
out of it.
tombstone.
It's like the Guinness Book of World Records, but for death. Like they come and rate you. Like, okay, yep. We'll make sure
It's
to
a trophy.
rotate that.
It's your last trophy you put on your tombstone.
right?
Yeah.
You have a panel of judges. The story is presented. So you got to make sure you got a good presenter. So if one of us goes out crazy, we got to like
Present it really well.
Who's the
good
English guy? We
storytelling.
need to hire him who went to the Academy Awards and roasted everybody.
Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, Ricky Gervais. Have him do it.
He would
Have him
be
host it.
great.
He'd be a great host for the Darwin Awards.
Hey, real quick, Cam. For those who might not know what this is, will you explain it for us?
Oh, the Darwin
Just in
Awards.
case, yes,
Okay,
just
okay.
in case.
So some of you may be familiar with a man called Charles Darwin. Yes, he's the one who came up with what's known as Darwinism, which is the survival of the fittest.
Evolution.
So the Darwin Awards is the death of not the fittest. So basically, anytime anyone dies in a horrifically stupid way, they get a Darwin Award. It's like, congratulations, you were not the fittest and you are gone now.
yes, thank you for taking yourself out of the gene pool.
And
Exactly.
society is now a
Cleansing
better
the gene
place.
pool.
Like, for instance, this first guy.
Oh, starting us off. Okay.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So I've got one. It's called Aim to Win.
That's what I do every day.
This happened back on February 21st of 2004 in Ottawa, Canada. It says Amir, a second-year engineering student at Carleton University, was celebrating his 20th birthday with his friends in his 11th floor apartment when they embarked upon a spitting contest. So, his two friends had already made their marks. Amir thought he could use his engineering skills to improve his performance. A quick mental calculation of the trajectory, projectile velocity, and wind speed indicated that winning required more than a simple stand and spit. So, Amir took a running start.
Solid start. Okay.
Flew over the balcony railing and plunged to his death.
Oh my gosh.
It was purely accidental, said Ottawa police. Momentum carried him beyond. The building's security guard heard the thud.
Oh.
The security guard said he was one of the smartest guys I've ever met in my life. He had a maturity beyond his age.
Wow.
Clearly.
That's an oxymoron.
He couldn't play in the big leagues.
Apparently, he hadn't gotten to the section in engineering about,
Gravity.
physics and gravity. An object in motion stays in motion.
The sad thing is, this isn't the first one that's happened like this.
No.
It
So hold
says-
up. Are they spitting over a balcony
Yeah.
and he's running trying to...
Yep. And he tried to spit right as he got to the balcony, but he forgot to stop and went over.
So
it says here.
technically,
Did he win?
Did he get
won.
the spit out?
Yeah.
Before.
it didn't have to come out. It was
mean,
in him as
he
he
went.
flew
You mean,
over the balcony.
As long as he landed further
As
than
long
their
as his
spit.
body was.
So it says here,
Bodily
those
fluid.
spitting
further.
contest deaths are becoming a trend. In 1999, a 25-year-old soldier in Alabama won the first Darwin Award in this category, using the same technique and achieving the same result. A 23-year-old Bartez of Mount Prospect was nominated for falling 20 feet onto his head in December of 2005. This guy is remarkable for having fallen over an apartment railing without a running start.
Wait, hold
How
on.
does that happen?
Did he just kind of like?
He just did one of those things where he tried to and he just
He hud too far.
fell forward and went right over the railing.
Wow. Yeah, if you're ever involved in a spitting contest, please
But
do not run.
it says this Amir
Plant your
guy
feet firmly
though
on the floor.
holds the record for the highest fall at 11 stories.
Yo.
So,
He had time to contemplate what he had done.
which is horrible.
Yeah. Like he had some hang time.
He had to think about it all the way down.
Yikes. He hud when he should have hawed. I got a quick one.
Okay.
Back in 2000, a teenager in Texas tried to play an even more dangerous version of Russian roulette. Instead of putting one bullet in a revolver and pulling the trigger, giving him 1 in 6 chance of dying, he put the bullet in a semi-automatic pistol where the bullets are instantly moved into the gun's chamber, rising those odds to exactly 100%.
Oh my
I does
God.
not understand how that gun operated.
If anybody doesn't know anything about guns, semi-auto means semi-auto.
Every time you pull that trigger,
A bullet's
A bullet's
coming
coming
out.
out.
Yeah.
No matter.
Until there's
there
0
is-
bullets in it.
One chamber and it's loaded every time.
Oh my
Goodness
gosh.
gracious.
There's
I
a
mean,
bullet in the clip.
he could have
There's
at
going to be a bullet in
least-
the gun.
Yes.
He could have at least made it more dangerous by still using a revolver and putting 5 bullets in a 6-chamber thing, and then there's a 1 in 5 chance that he won't die. But
Hold on.
1 in 6.
Back
1 in 6.
1 in
Oh,
6
in a revolver.
Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, in a revolver.
And that's where I thought you were going to take this, is that he
That's what I meant.
pulled
Yeah.
one out and spun it. But wow, that's even more impressive.
No.
Good on you.
Idiot.
So I got a story for you to remind you, you maybe don't play with cats.
Okay.
Oh, I like where that's going.
On the 2nd of January, 1996 in India, one man was killed at the Calcutta Zoo and another mauled when the pair crossed a moat, circling a tiger enclosure to put garlands of flowers around the big cat's neck. The attack triggered panic and a near stampede at the zoo. Prakash and Suresh, devotees of the goddess Durga, were drinking when they decided to worship the tiger with their innovative adaptation of the religious New Year's greeting. Shiva, a 13-year-old royal Bengal tiger, was not in favor of the plan. He attacked Suresh when the man tossed floral tribute around his neck. Alarmed, Prakash kicked the tiger in the face to distract him. The tiger obligingly released Suresh and killed Prakash instead. I was shocked to see the young men weaving about in front of the tiger with garlands in their hands, said the witness Rakesh Banjari. I saw it all. The tiger turned and jumped on the young man, and within moments, the man's head was dangling.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Well, that's how they
That's
kill.
a tiger, man.
They
Wow.
get around the neck and break the neck instantly.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Don't play with tigers.
yeah.
Speaking of tigers, can I tell this off story real quick?
I'll allow it.
It's about my wife.
I mean, you're the host, so
Well,
you
that's
can
true.
do whatever
That's
the hell
true. I can
you
do
want.
whatever I want.
You're in charge.
I love my wife dearly.
I love where this is going already. Let's hear it.
Is gonna kill me for this.
Love it. Let's go.
So
My lips are sealed.
Sunday afternoon, we're watching the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Bengals. And watching the game, my wife kind of goes, "Why are they called the Bengals?" And I said, "Because they're the Tigers, Bengal Tigers." And she goes, "Is that really what a tiger's called? A Bengal tiger?" And I said, "You've never heard of a Bengal tiger. They're just tigers." And I said, no, Bengal tigers. Like the most common tiger out there is a Bengal tiger. And she goes, they're just tigers. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And then you got your white Siberians.
You got your Siberian and your Bengal. Siberian, India has the Bengals, and then up in Russia into Mongolia and everything has the Siberian tiger. So
I'll give her this. Why are Bengal tigers in Cincinnati?
Because they're the Cincinnati Bengals.
Because that's where the team resides. Duh.
So I think of basketball. Where it's like the Lakers moved to LA where there are no lakes. The Oilers moved to Tennessee where there is no oil. The Jazz moved to Salt Lake where they don't allow music.
Oh gosh.
All right, I'm gonna warn you guys. I have not proofread any of my stories that I have selected.
love
we
it.
are along for the ride on all of these.
Yep.
Fantastic.
This one, I'm just gonna skip the titles too because I don't want any sort of hint where this is headed. It just says in quotes. I'm not sure if this is relevant. It says winner of the 2012 hide and seek tournament, whatever that means. Okay, 19th of May of 2014 in Arizona, the mummified remains of a man discovered in Tucson, in a Tucson manhole, tell their own poignant story. In May, the manhole was opened to investigate a fluctuation in electrical power. According to records kept by Tucson Electric Power, the manhole had not been opened in the last 5 years. So the team that entered the underground high voltage vault was quite surprised to find the desiccated remains of a man slumped near cut copper wires. Did I say that right?
Slumped near cut copper wires.
Yes.
Yeah.
In his shriveled hand was, can you guess? A bolt cutter. Crime pays so little and costs so much. This nominee not only failed and fried, but also nobody noticed, making his death both stupid and sad. An autopsy confirmed the obvious conclusion that electrocution was likely his cause of death. The date of death was set at somewhere between 1 and 2 years previous to the discovery. The mummy was carrying ID for a 51-year-old man, and a DNA test is underway to verify the identity of the crispy copper critter.
Wow.
So this man broke down into a manhole to cut power to a city and fried himself. Sweet.
Wow.
Serves him right.
Goodness.
I'm just astounded that no one reported him as missing. Does that
Right?
mean he's got no living family?
Probably.
Just a grumpy old
Sad.
51-year-old man just done. All right.
I got another quick one.
Okay.
Iraqi terrorist.
Oh, no.
I've seen this one.
I'm going to butcher his name. Karanajet.
I think that's it.
I warned it to butcher it.
Nailed it.
I got it.
What if he sounded like that? I am Karanajet.
You're very unsure of your own name.
I apologize. Decided to send out a letter bomb in 2000. Not being the brightest of sparks, he forgot to put enough postage stamps on the letter, meaning it came back to the return to sender address. Hi was so happy to receive some post that he ripped it open. His career in terrorism ended there.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my god.
There is a God.
That is incredible. That is incredible. Oh, I love that story. I want to print it.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That is
great.
instant karma.
Yeah.
Instant. That is fantastic.
Beautiful.
I can't remember if this one was shared or not. Did I ever talk about the story Silenced by the Lambs?
No.
So, a flock of sheep charged a well-meaning British farmer's wife and pushed her over the cliff to her death. The woman, 67, was charged by a dozen of sheep after she brought them a bale of hay on the back of a power bike. The sheep rushed forward and rammed the vehicle, knocking Betty and her bike over the edge of a vacant 100-foot quarry near Durham
Oh.
in northeastern England. I saw the sheep surround the bike. The next thing, she was tumbling down the incline, a neighbor told reporters. Her husband is currently being comforted by friends.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I got another
So
one.
she
about
was
tumbling.
counting sheep till she died, huh?
Yep.
There's a joke in there somewhere. I missed it.
I got another one about tumbling.
Okay.
Remember, as kids, well, who were we kidding? As adults, when you see escalators and you go try to run up the down one.
Of course.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, December 2018, Maryland. Like a plot out of Sherlock Holmes, officials found a dead body mysteriously crumpled at the bottom of an escalator at an Amtrak station in New Carrollton at 2 a.m. Perplexed and with no fictional, like anything, the detectives decided to go to the CCTV. The footage showed a man running up the down escalator shortly after midnight. When he reached the top, no doubt out of breath, he lost his balance and tumbled backwards, falling all the way down the moving stairs and hitting his head smartly at the bottom. Pieces of clothing were found stuck in the escalator when news crews arrived on the scene. The fabric may have been a factor in the fumble. The death did not impact train service, and no trains were running at the time of the tumble.
That's what I was worried about.
Oh, man.
That'd be
Ran to
a
the
way to go.
top.
I used to be terrified that my shoelace.
Yeah.
Right?
Or would pull you in.
I
would
still
pull me
have
in.
that
I was
fear.
about to say, I know it's irrational, but
Final
I still
Destination,
jump
what,
over.
4?
Like, yeah.
I think subconsciously I hold my kid every time we go up an elevator because I don't want his shoelace or something and just get
Because it's like you're going into a grater.
Do they have a safety thing, a safety measure with that? Like if they get any resistance at all? Does anybody know?
I hope so.
They do.
Yeah.
They have. I mean, it is it's a small gap for one. Like the gap is a lot tinier, I feel, than it used to be. But there's got to be something, yeah, some sort of trigger.
Well, I always just imagined my shoelace and then I'm falling over and then like I have a hoodie
It's like
on
you're the
and
genie.
my hoodie strings get stuck in it and pull and like rip my head off or something.
You feel like you're going to be like the genie going back into the lamp.
Yeah.
Like somehow your body is just going to squish into the tiny hole.
I picture me coming out of the other side like spaghetti because it's just the
like ground beef.
yeah
Like Play-Doh.
yeah.
Exactly.
Jeez.
Hey, you want to hear about wife tossing in Buenos Aires?
Absolutely.
Life tossing?
Yes, wife tossing.
This sounds like a
That
sport
sounds
I could get
kinky.
into.
February 1998, Buenos Aires. Did he win the argument? During a heated marital dispute in a working-class Boedo neighborhood, a 25-year-old man picked up his 20-year-old wife and threw her off the 8th floor apartment balcony.
Oh.
To his dismay, she became entangled in the power lines below. He immediately leapt from the balcony and fell toward his wife. We can only speculate to his reasons. Was he angrily trying to finish the job or remorsefully hoping to rescue her? He did not accomplish either goal. He missed the power lines completely and plunged to his death. The woman managed to swing over to a nearby balcony and was saved.
She's Spider-Man?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. That's a crazy story.
Like for real, it was like almost murder, but then he just took himself out instead.
I thought she was dead in the power lines.
No,
Like,
she was good.
all right, here's one. I have no idea what it's about going into it blindly.
Let's go.
Two compulsive hoarders, Homer and Langley Collier, set up booby traps to protect their stuff from intruders. One unfortunate day in 1947, as Langley was crawling through a tunnel of garbage, he set off one of his own booby traps.
Oh, no.
Langley was crushed under tons of garbage, and his paralyzed brother starved because he was unable to feed himself.
That was on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Was
Or
it?
whatever, yeah. A Million
Goodness.
Ways to Die or whatever it's called.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. 1,000 ways.
Yeah,
to die.
1,000 Ways to Die. That's right. It's A Million Ways to Die in the West.
who wants stuff that hoarders are keeping?
Right.
Why do hoarders want the stuff that they're
Oh,
hoarding?
none of it's never good stuff.
I know, but that's my point. Like, why do you even want it?
It's literally like garbage.
It is.
That's
My
part of
dad's
the-
wife's a hoarder.
That's part
seriously.
It's a mental issue.
It is.
That's crazy.
By
So,
the way-
like, her house is like filled with stuff.
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't seen it in years, but like years and years ago, I was helping her move out of one of her places. This was before her and my dad got married. And she had the top to a computer desk. And it's like that particle board.
Yeah.
It was just the top, and you know how it's got the plastic lining around the edge. So it was broken. Like a piece was completely missing, and then the plastic was still there, like kind of still shaping it. And I was like, "This is clearly garbage, right?" And she's like, "No, I need that."
Oh.
What?
For what? For fires. It's fireworks.
For chemical fire? Like it's particle wood. Like
Okay. I've got one if no one else does.
I was going to say real quick. When you're reading the story and you go booby trap, I look over at Cam and Cam mouths booby.
Did I?
You did.
I saw
you
it.
go
I
back
saw
and
it
watch
too.
it. You did. You went right in the mic with me.
That's funny.
You mouth booby.
I just want to know why they're called booby traps. Because I feel like boobies themselves are traps.
It's a trap.
Anyways, continue on, sir.
one I would get
That's
trapped in.
funny.
Huh?
What? Go.
This one's called La Petite Morte. In 10 June of 2014, London, England, humans who aspire to high levels of desire may join the Mile High Club. Yet our dreams of high sex in high places also has couples eyeing more accessible heights, such as rooftops and romantic balconies. Balcony balls are a common sight for neighbors across from Knight's Tower, an apartment high-rise on the bank of Thames River in South London. The city lights sparkle on the surface of the waters, are irresistible to lovers, and neighbors have seen people on the balcony doing all sorts of things.
Wait a minute. What kind of balcony balls are we talking about
Yes.
here?
You
I think
heard
you just
correctly.
got the answer.
Okay.
You heard 100% correctly.
You heard the AC/DC song?
He's got big balls. She's got big balls.
But he's got the biggest
Balls of them all.
Boy. And on a warm Tuesday night in the summertime, a hot couple was observed kissing and frolicking as they engaged in sex on the 6th floor balcony. Some neighbors closed their drapes while others enjoyed the entertainment. Each according to his inclination. It was the usual reality programming for the neighborhood. A party was going on inside the flat. When people came onto the balcony, the couple would stop their game, only to resume playing the moment they were alone. Car!
Game on.
The last thing I expected was to see them falling down 5 floors, said one observer. But the guy was lifting the girl and putting her onto the banister. He kept on doing it, and they were going back and forth. And suddenly, the amorous hotties were balls up and over the railing. Natural birth control, the couple did not survive the fall.
Oh my
So
gosh.
this is a double Darwin Award winner.
Yep.
I see your double Darwin Award. And
raised me a
I raise
tribute?
you 6.
Whoa.
Count your chickens.
Okay.
Oh man.
6 people drowned while trying to rescue a chicken that had fallen into a well in southern Egypt.
Wait, 6 people died
6
trying to save
people.
a chicken?
Trying to save a chicken.
Oh my.
An 18-year-old farmer was the first to descend into the 60-foot well. He drowned. Apparently, after an undercurrent in the water pulled him down. Police said his sister and 2 brothers, none of them who could swim, went down the well one by one to help him, but also drowned. 2 elderly farmers then came by to help, but they were apparently pulled under by the same undercurrent. The bodies of the 6 were eventually extricated from the well in the village of Nazlat Imara, 240 miles south of Cairo. Whoa. The chicken was also pulled out. It survived.
Freaking way.
That came from the Associated Press.
Wow.
Holy cow.
Oh, the chicken survived.
You know, I was scrubbing through Reddit, and sure enough, I came across one of those videos where, honestly, it made me sick to my stomach because I thought it was going to be humorous. And there was this, they were on an icy lake and they had cut a square out of the ice, and this girl just jumped in thinking she was going to do like a polar plunge type thing.
Couldn't find
And
her way
some
back up.
current underneath just swept her away.
Yep.
So that
That'd
was
be a
like the
scary way to
last
go.
they saw of her. Just
Yep.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you go under the ice and it's hard to find your way back up.
yeah.
That'd be
So
horrifying.
just be smarter,
I
please.
saw a Tosh.0 video just recently where this guy does that. He goes under the ice and expects to swim from one hole to another, but he's swimming blindly, and so he misses the hole and keeps swimming down this river. And his friends, who are also like, they're wearing nothing but like Speedos, and this is in Japan or something like that. And so his other friends are like running on top of the ice, trying to like get his attention and help him. And so they start jumping and everything, and they end up saving the guy and getting him out. But it's just like, oh man, like Tosh at one point, he's like, thanks for doing everybody's worst fear. Like,
No joke. Oh my gosh.
Dude, here's one for you. This one happened in Utah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
The 14th of April, 2000. A man whose domestic tranquility had been marred by a quarrel with his wife decided to sleep in the relative peace of a garbage dumpster behind a church. But his private slumber was interrupted on Wednesday morning when he was dumped into a garbage truck and caught in its hydraulic compactor. He was collected from behind the church at 6 a.m. The truck proceeded on to gather more rubbish at a high school. The driver had just engaged the truck's compactor, the driver, when he heard a frantic pounding on the walls of the truck the truck bay. The fire battalion chief, Brad Wardle, commented, apparently he and his wife had an argument. Who knows why he didn't just go to a hotel?
did he?
So he died, or did he get out?
It says it's an honorable mention,
Yeah.
but it
So
doesn't
he-
say that he got out or he died. So I think
Probably
he
got
did get out.
I think he got out.
well, if they
Yeah.
knew it was a dispute and everything,
But oh my
probably lived to tell the
gosh.
tale.
Well, why pick a garbage?
Why? Yeah, why a dumpster?
Maybe he didn't have
I'm
access
not
to
gonna lie,
money.
I don't even think I've really seen homeless people like sleep in a dumpster.
Why not just stay in your car?
Maybe he's one of those guys
Yeah.
that he just felt so crappy about himself for whatever it was that he just felt like trash.
You feel like garbage.
Yeah.
I'll raise that marital dispute with another one.
Okay.
This one ain't no honorable mention either.
Oh, okay.
It's called The Maine Chainsaw Romance.
Oh no.
Hold up.
Is this-
Chainsaws are involved, and this is a Darwin Award.
Yep.
Is this a sequel to Texas?
I'm intrigued.
Just about. So,
Oh, dang.
July 1999, we're in Maine. An internet romance blossomed, then faded, after a Missouri man traveled to Maine to meet his destiny. In a bizarre merging of You Got Mail with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this guy named James began his relationship with Beth over the internet a year ago and moved from Missouri to Topsom, Maine in June 23rd. To further the affair, instead, she insisted upon ending the relationship. Distraught, James drove over to the house on River Road, knocked on the door, and asked her adult son to get his mother. The son refused and locked all the doors. James decided, I'm going to woo her. Went to his truck, pulled a chainsaw from the trunk, stood on the lawn, and decided to perform a very macho act.
Lumberjack. Went with lumberjack.
Juggling.
He decided
Chainsaw juggling.
Yep.
to swing a chainsaw and severed his own neck.
What?
Just the neck?
Yep.
How do you hit the neck?
He tried
I was wondering
to
too.
juggle, came down, severed his neck. Basically, let's see here. When he performed the macho act in a vain attempt to oppress the depth of his feeling upon the women, when the police arrived to find him barely alive, there was blood all over. The officer, William Robbins, said, I could not see where the wound was. He died shortly after at the hospital.
Wow.
He tried to swing a chainsaw and ended up cutting his own
Got
neck.
his jugular.
Yep.
Oh,
All to
man.
impress an internet love.
Don't do that.
That was a bad. Out of all the tactics you could do, you should,
He should have just
Get
gone
a
old school. Just, just get the speakers, the
right?
jukebox.
Hold the jukebox.
Come on, get
Or
some music. Go.
Boombox.
Boombox, that's the one. I mean, you can hold
A
a
jukebox would be impressive.
hold on. I'm picking the song.
Would you be more impressed by a jukebox or
Or a chainsaw.
no, or a boombox?
Oh, a jukebox.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You got to go for the big points here.
Hold
All
on,
right.
it's scrolling.
I got one.
Okay.
Again, blind. So here we go. At the top of the 5th inning, Ray Chapman, shortstop for the Cleveland Indian baseball team, was hit by a submarine ball thrown by Carl Mays. The baseball hit Chapman in the temple. Chapman collapsed and died August 17, 1920. About 12 hours later, he remains the only... Oh, sorry. That was one full sentence. Chapman died August 17, 1920, about 12 hours later. He remains the only baseball player killed by a pitch.
Wow.
Jeez.
So in the temple, so that means he didn't have protection? Was he not wearing a helmet?
In 1920, I don't think they had helmets.
Or probably at least
They
not
had
the
newsy
like
hats.
one-sided ones and stuff.
Now-
Had the newsy hats on.
Yeah, they probably did. That's probably why they have helmets now. Probably all
Oh,
thanks
and
to
they
him.
have the full jaw guard and everything now. Like,
Well, those balls are flying, dude.
That's what
It's
she
like they
said.
go to your mom, dude.
Off of the balcony. Off the balcony.
what balls do you think go faster? the ones off the balcony.
They got a nice slap to them.
All right, I've got one. Okay, I'm not gonna read the title again. I hope you didn't see it. Okay,
I didn't.
7th June of 2016 in Wyoming. Colin Nathaniel Scott, 23, was enjoying a graduation vacation at Yellowstone National Park when the beautiful pork chop geyser hot spring reminded him that he could use a good soak.
Oh no.
But hot potting is forbidden and ruled off limits for one good reason. You will die.
Burn you alive. Holy hell.
Still, this college graduation trip, this Portland resident thought this education conferred the smarts to know when to break a rule. So Colin left the boardwalk and cruised up a hill in search of a private hotspot soaking spot. In this area of the park, thin mineral crusts that resemble solid ground conceal scalding water pools. But he avoided these unseen pitfalls and found a secluded spring. Recorded on unreleased video. Wow, there's actual video of this? That's terrifying. Colin is seen reaching down to check the temperature, slipping, and then falling into the boiling acidic water.
Oh,
That is the
gosh.
beginning of the end. Chemistry students will be familiar with the properties of a turbulent hot acid solution. A signifying amount of rapid dissolving and was underway while recovering workers were struggling with dangerously unstable ground and a lightning storm of all things. When they reached the spring the next day, the water had finished its work. There was no remains remaining. Only a wallet and flip-flops were left of poor Colin.
Dante's Peak.
Dude, that's what I was thinking of. Exactly what I was thinking of. Oh my gosh.
Park
Two
superintendent.
bodies just floating there.
Scared the but that was that was okay, sorry.
What?
go ahead.
That's it. Finish it.
That was heat in Dante's Peak. This is acid.
Yeah,
But there was the acid too, the grandma, remember?
Yeah, the grandma.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because it was and the hot pot thing that they died in was sulfuric acid.
Oh, I thought that was heat.
I think it was both. It
Well,
started boiling.
The couple
and
that
then
was
it
skinny
turned to acid.
dipping. Yeah.
To finish, Park Superintendent Dan Wank stated the obvious.
Does
This
he?
tragic event must remind us all to follow the regulations.
Make you go
College
blind.
graduates are no exception. The Darwin Awards sincerely hopes this misadventure will serve as a warning to others.
Yeah, that's bad.
You know what's sad is I swear maybe once a year, maybe it's every couple of years, but you hear about these people up at Yellowstone that leave the path and end up getting scalded.
Yeah.
Or on a buffalo.
That too.
Or on a
The
buffalo,
buffaloes.
or even if you go venture down south to like Angel's Landing, every single year there's someone that goes missing. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Call to the void.
Did you see now that I heard they put limitations on Angel's Landing? I can't remember what it was now though.
It's just
Like
a number of people.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, like you could still go. You just have to schedule your visit.
So stupid.
It's crazy, dude.
I got one for you.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay. This happened in Moscow.
Oh,
Russia.
Moscow.
April
Motherland.
2005. Construction worker drilling the foundation of a parking garage project on Starbucks Street.
Nailed it.
I didn't know you speak Russian.
Right?
Very fluid.
Noticed something shiny stuck to the swiftly rotating auger.
Oh gosh, no.
Bad idea.
He took a closer look, but still couldn't identify the shiny object, so he reached down to grab it.
Bad idea.
Unfortunately, his jacket caught on the auger, winding his hand,
Yes, one does.
his arm, and then his whole body into the apparatus. By the time his fellow workers could shut down the rig, only the man's legs below the knees remained intact.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the best part.
He was stumped.
Good one. Good one.
They have the best thing on here,
once in a
reader
while.
comments. One of them said, "We have a wiener."
So just a few, well, I say a few weeks, but really it was probably a few months now. Probably in the fall, they had one of those tree chippers over here. They were taking down a tree. The entire time, I was like a hawk watching that thing. Like
You're afraid it's just gonna move over
yes,
here and get
dude.
you.
I
all in
just
the
was
window.
so nervous about people throwing stuff in there, and I hated it.
I saw that reminds me of that show, 1,000 Ways to Die. I saw one where this tree trimmer was putting branches into one of those and it jams up and he has a stick and he's trying to get it unjammed. Well, it doesn't. So the idiot climbs up and starts kicking at it with his foot. It ends up breaking loose, grabbing his foot and sucking him in.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that movie Tucker and Dale vs. Evil?
Yes.
I want to. I haven't seen it yet.
They're trying to they think they're evil, so they're trying. The college student tries to sack him into the trimmer, and he moves, and the guy dives into it. And he turns around, and he's like, "There's some kind of death cult here trying to commit suicide together."
All right, I got one. This one sounds interesting.
Hey.
David Grundman in 1982 fired several close-range shots with his shotgun at a saguaro cactus. The cacti, which stood 26 feet tall, dropped a 4-foot branch on top of Grundman's head, ultimately crushing him to death. Grundman's death is immortalized in the song Segura, written by the Texas band the Austin Lounge Lizards.
The lounge lizards.
Not quite as exciting as I was hoping.
I've got one here on my list that I kind of wanted to keep it for last just because the title is so intriguing to me. But all right, I'm going to go for it. I'm sorry, I'm fast forwarding. Okay, 2nd March 2014 in the Netherlands. 2 intoxicated men dared each other to test their courage against against an intercity train at a Rotterdam train station.
I've heard this one.
You have? At 1800 hours on a Sunday evening, the station was crowded with more than 300 fans returning from a soccer match, pitting Feyenoord against Ajax at De Kuip. I don't know, whatever.
Bunch of Dutch words.
Yep, bunch of Dutch words. The
Zach, you
most
should know
beautiful
these.
soccer
Yeah.
stadium in Holland. The two men stepped off the platform and strode forth onto the tracks. One super daredevil lay down between the tracks, intending to prove that to the entire train that it would pass over him.
Oh no.
What a story to tell! His friend was less confident, and he merely knelt down next to the track and kept his head as close as possible to where he thought the train's profile would be. Turns out that the 130-kilometer-an-hour train that came down the track some seconds later was both lower and wider than they both thought. They were both killed instantly. The 300-plus onlookers on the platform were none too pleased by the spectacle, and train traffic was interrupted for several hours while authorities cleaned up the mess.
Oh,
Wow. That is not at all what I
Speaking
was
of painting
expecting.
the town,
oh, cool.
oh, I forgot what I was gonna say now.
Speaking of painting the town red,
That one was called sports training. I was expecting something far different, so whatever.
want to see where this one takes us?
Sure.
It's called the missionary position.
Oh my.
Oh, I think I read this
It's
one.
a classic.
Tried and
Where it
true.
takes us. I just hit random on my thing, so we'll go for it.
So she said.
We are in India, November 2018. John Allen Cho, a self-proclaimed world explorer, inspired by Livingston and Jesus, was killed by the very tribe of natives he was offering eternal life. Oh, so this is missionary work. Now, I get it now. Nailed it. According to the BBC in New Delhi, Chow bribed 6 fishermen to ferry him to the off-limits island so he could offer the Sentinelese tribe gifts of scissors, a soccer ball, and Jesus.
Scissors.
They don't have scissors there.
Nope. In a letter he wrote to his family, this Vancouver resident and Alabama native said he wanted to make contact with this 60,000-year-old tribe because the eternal life of this tribe is at hand. So, 60,000-year-old tribe
Sound reasoning.
who has never met anybody
I think I saw this movie.
outside of their
Is
tribe.
Andrew Garfield in it?
He paddled to the island in a kayak and was immediately attacked by arrows, but continued on his way. The fisherman.
Wait, hold up. So this isn't about sex?
Nope.
Where you been?
So the fisherman then witnessed. So he's paddling to the island, attacked by arrows, starts walking towards the people once he gets to the island. The fisherman then witnessed the natives tying a rope around his neck and dragging his body along the shore. They were clearly rejecting his gifts.
He didn't show him the scissors in time.
That was the last time
He
he
didn't
was ever
use the
seen.
scissors.
Oh my gosh. That is
Jeez.
terrifying. That is seriously one
Maybe
of
he's
my
one
biggest
of them.
fears.
You know how many islands you go into?
going to
Not
an island to
many.
finding natives and
Not many,
getting
man.
dragged by
That's
the
why
neck?
it's a fear. That's why I don't
Hey,
know.
they're shooting arrows at me. I'm gonna go closer to them and tell them I don't like it.
Unless I'm hearing Wilson, I'm not going on that island.
After that Green Inferno movie, I ain't going anywhere near.
That's the one I was
native tribes.
referencing
I
when I
haven't
said I
seen
think
that.
I've seen this movie.
Yep.
If you have,
Wait,
if you
what
have
movie?
the Green Inferno, it's
It honestly looks absolutely terrifying, and I don't want to see it.
I don't know if I've seen
It's
that.
directed by
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth, and he literally got a tribe who has never seen like people outside of their tribe.
Yeah.
And he went down and filmed them, all that stuff, made this movie.
Oh, legit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is real?
Yeah, this was like I don't know if the tribe does that stuff in real life where they kill people, cannibalism, all that stuff that's portrayed in the movie. But literally the tribe that he went and got was never seen other people outside of their tribe. Wow. And he went down there and talked to them and well, I mean, I guess if you talk to him, but yeah, filmed them, got them to do this
Jeez.
movie.
It's kind of his version. There's an older movie called the
Cannibal Holocaust? Is that-
Cannibal Holocaust, and at the time it was so well done and graphic that people thought it was real.
Really?
Got banned.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Creepy.
And so this is Eli Roth's kind of sort of version of that.
Yeah.
But
Anyways.
I think I told you guys before where there was a similar situation where there was a tribe that no one had ever contacted, and they flew an airplane down low
Yeah.
to kind of observe them.
They're throwing spears at him.
It got shot with a bunch of arrows.
Uh-huh.
And they couldn't land the airplane without severely damaging it because there was like 100 arrows on the underside of the airplane.
it
Freaking
makes me
crazy.
wonder how many civilizations are out there that still to this day don't know where we're at.
Okay, Google.
Right?
And they said missionary work was worth it.
You know where there weren't a bunch of natives? In 1930s Ohio.
Uh-oh.
Yep. This is where
There were native Ohio.
Ohioans.
No, those are called Amish.
Oh,
I thought they were in Pennsylvania.
yeah.
Ohio's like right there, dude.
Different place, still.
Who are we going?
Well, down in Ohio in 1930s, there was an article in the Cleveland Plain Dealer that described a most astounding death. A construction worker was busy building a building, as one does, when he realized that he needed a 300-pound block that was suspended above him. But he was the only man on his level, and it normally takes 2 men to prevent the block from landing too hard on the metal girder. This worker figured it would save time if he just cut the rope and let the block fall 40 feet. The block crashed right through the level he was standing on and killed another fellow below. He leaned over to see if the fellow that the block landed on was okay and lost his balance.
No way.
He fell 40 feet to the next level, breaking his neck, and so there was a dead guy underneath the block and a dead guy on top of it.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh, man. Thank your construction workers.
I just
They
think
live
of that.
dangerously.
I just think of that. You are so dumb. You are really, really
You are
dumb.
really, really dumb.
Talk about being between a rock and a hard place.
Hey, love it. I love it so much.
All right, the title of this one grabbed me. Let's see how it goes. Epidopolis, a well-known Greek philosopher and scientist, threw himself into an active volcano, Mount Etna. It is believed that he did this so that his followers would think his body had vanished and that he had turned into an immortal god. However, the volcano spit back one of Epidopolis' bronze sandals, revealing his deceit. In 2006, an underwater volcano was named after him.
So he did it for nothing?
Yeah.
That sucks.
He did get a volcano named after him, though.
I mean, yeah.
So not for nothing.
That's kind of
Legendary.
out of like making fun of him.
Interesting.
How did he think that was going to go okay? what?
He thought he was leaving his name behind as like a god, that he would jump into the volcano and become a god.
So he was trying to. Okay. I thought he was trying to pull a fast one.
We didn't say these people were smart,
I
right?
understand that.
18-year-old Cameron Burbeal,
Oh, so close.
Almost.
from Orlando, Florida, was riding inside a shopping cart while holding on to an SUV in March 2008.
I've done that.
The cart's wheels struck a speed bump in the shopping center parking lot at 42 miles per hour and overturned. Cameron's body hit the pavement of the parking lot and he died shortly after.
You did what now, Cam?
I did many a stupid thing involving cars
Yeah.
and being on the outside of them when I was a
Cam
teenager.
may have been an honorable
Jackass era.
mention.
Yeah.
The Jackass era.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had an honorable mention for yourselves? Is there anything where you're like, I almost just died right there?
I'm sure.
Going to rescue my sister's cat and getting attacked by a dog.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's about the gist of it. It was a boxer that was left on a chain its whole life and was a very, very mean dog. Walked up to it, petted a couple times, and it lunged at my face, tore me up pretty good.
It's okay, buddy. No, you're fine.
The vet said if the dog would have gotten me on the ground, I wouldn't be here today.
God.
I didn't realize it was a boxer.
Yeah.
Was that ever rough coming over to our house when we had boxers?
No, that was like the number one question. Do you hate dogs now? I'm like, that one.
As that's how it should go. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like,
Well, and even that dog, I pitied it more than hated it. Like it was just a tragic story.
poor thing. Poor Tony.
Movie gone.
Hey, you want to take it back to the Netherlands?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's go back to the Netherlands. So we're January 1st of 2010. Every now and then, a completely new window into the world opens before our eyes. Here we have a rural Dutch families enjoying their traditional winter sport, Carbidschijten. Carbidschijten, or carbide shooting.
Carbide shooting?
Carbide shooting? Any idea?
Shooting?
I'm looking at Chris because he's a shooter.
Carbide, like a carbide, got like rifle, carbine.
Okay.
I don't carbine.
It's carbide shooting.
Oh,
Anyways,
carbide. Okay, explosive.
it's a ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Explains it here. It's a ridiculously dangerous machine
Oh,
akin to a potato gun,
Oh, I had one of those.
Yeah.
designed to hurl projectilous stuff from the mouth of a metal milk can.
yeah, no idea.
Okay.
Carbide shooting, the wacky Dutch New Year's tradition, begins with a moistening calcium carbide and placing it in a large milk container. The damp CACB emits ethane gas. I can't say the other word. Anyways, I'm sorry. It's ethane gas, which builds up inside the container. Then a spark is supplied, causing the pressurized gas bomb to blow the lid or packing off the milk jug. Our nominee, a 54-year-old male, was having the time of his life right up until the moment he poured a container filled with liquid oxygen over a fire to flare it up.
Oh no.
And the container exploded.
Oh my gosh.
Right
So
in
he
his
didn't even
face.
die shooting it?
Nope.
He just died pouring the container over again, an open fire.
Put the container over an open fire and it exploded.
Fantastic.
Of highly combustible.
What could go wrong?
Right?
Awesome. Yeah, I actually had a potato cannon, and it never ever dawned on me that it could have
Could have just
exploded in
blown
my
up
hands
right under
and
your
killed
chest.
me.
Yep.
Yep.
Dude, my potato cannon's chamber was like that big.
That big?
Yeah, dude.
You trusted it?
Oh, bro, it performed phenomenally.
I mean, mine's chamber was only about this big, and it would launch potatoes hundreds of yards.
Yeah. We shot the potato straight at like some metal sign, and it disintegrated.
Yeah.
Like just obliterated it.
We went
French fries.
We went up on a hillside with potato guns and we'd try to shoot each other. So that I should have got.
Dude,
a
I
tar-
can't even imagine how bad that would have hurt.
You would have killed you.
It could have killed you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hit you right in the heart, and the heart
Blunt
just
force
stopped.
trauma, man.
I mean, we were 150 yards away, but still, you don't.
still throwing a potato
Well,
at you.
Carlton got hit by one.
We should keep
Carlton did? Oh my god.
We should keep some of these stories to ourselves because we're making fun of people here that like.
Hey man.
I'm still here.
I'm just saying,
Hey.
one accidental death and you're on the Darwin list.
I'm not gonna
true.
lie, dude. I was a stupid person. Still am stupid, but not as stupid. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Like I did some dumb stuff.
All right, any good ones to wrap it up?
Real quick, Cam, remember how you had your 6?
Yeah.
Can I raise you?
Ooh.
How much?
To 20?
Oh my goodness.
Now, are all 20 stupid, or is it just one dumb person and 19
Bystanders.
victims?
Oh, just wait.
Au contraire, mon frère.
He's going all in.
August of 19. This is perfect because it's our 69th episode. August 1969.
At WrestleMania.
Rock tore off his shirt.
My goodness.
August 15th. Hurricane Camille claimed 143 victims along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Most were guilty only of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But 20 of them who perished while attending a beachfront hurricane party.
What?
Despite evacuation warnings delivered by earnest emergency teams, their festivities continued unabated. The partygoers definitely declared that the concrete foundation and the second floor location of their party provided plenty of protection from the impeding hurricane.
Oh, no.
Their confidence proved to be tragically misplaced when a 24-foot wave slammed into the apartment,
Oh my god.
destroying the building and subjecting the partiers to gale force winds and violent ocean surges. Most of these hurricane worshippers were killed. A few survivors were swept miles away, cheated of a Darwin Award by the capricious hand of fate.
Wow.
So it wasn't all 20, but it sounds like it was
A decent
majority of
show.
them.
That reminds me of that stand-up joke by Ron White, and he's like that guy that went to Florida and strapped himself to a palm tree
Yeah.
because he wanted to see if his body could handle the winds of a Force 3 hurricane. He's
my
like,
gosh.
it's not that the wind is blowing. It's
What?
what the wind is blowing.
Oh my gosh, dude.
It's like when it, what does he say? When it slams a 2,000-pound Volvo,
He's like, when you get hit by a Volvo, it doesn't really matter how many sit-ups you did that morning. I can do 500 sit-ups. Yeah, you're bleeding out of your spleen.
Could you imagine, though, being all of a sudden instantly swept miles offshore? Just
That'd be
treading water?
wild, dude.
Terrifying.
Crazy.
Yeah. That's why I don't live in the South.
Like, how do you just,
Scary
how would you
stuff.
just
I would
not give up?
evacuate.
I like
You're just
my
like, "Nah, I'm
mountains."
done.
Right?
This is it.
Right?
Found the end.
backstroke,
I just slowly sink down.
I don't even
Chicken
know.
air-
Here's why
Airplane
I couldn't do
soldier.
it. I have a huge
Shark bait.
fear
Wah.
of drowning.
Yeah, same.
And I can imagine, like, that is the worst way I think you could possibly go is drowning.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, I've got this one seems to be kind of long. Let's see. I think this one might be one that we could finish on. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's see.
This one's
Oh,
called.
boy.
Sorry.
Oh, boy.
Can I just? Our
Hold up! Why are you showing me this?
our viewers aren't going to be able to see this, but I just happened to come across this meme. It says Darwin Awards. She's about to receive one.
Oh,
Yikes!
She's playing Russian roulette.
Do not look down the barrel of a gun, guys.
Ever.
All right.
No, no,
Hey,
no,
there we
no,
go. That's
no.
Chris's Russian roulette right there.
There you go.
Oh gosh.
This one's called the terrible tea kettle incident.
Oh, no.
Sunday morning. Okay, so this is an excerpt from a letter. First time on public view. Enjoy. Sunday morning, I went to the kitchen to make a cup of tea. Put the kettle on, prepared the cups, and whilst waiting for the kettle to boil, I thought I'd fill my lighter. Got the lighter fuel out, but it was a bit low and quite cold, and it didn't pour out well. When this happens, I usually run a hot tap of water over the can to warm it, but as I had already had hot water in the kettle, I decided to steam it for a minute or two. You can see where this is going, can't you? Wish I had, but I had not yet had my tea, so I unbalanced the can on top of the tea kettle, leaving the kettle lid open. Then I got distracted, and the next thing I heard was the sound of the tea kettle boiling furiously. I turned around just in time to see the fuel container disappeared into the mouth of the kettle. I thought, oh dear me. Or words to that effect, and rushed over to switch off the kettle. And as I pressed the switch, the can let go with a mighty bang. The kettle was instantly transformed into a bright yellow, sharp-edged, lethal plastic shrapnel.
Oh my gosh.
A few moments after the explosion, I regained my senses sufficiently to realize I was suffering from a deep gash in my thumb, a couple of possibly broken ribs, and one little finger swollen up like a Newmarket sausage. The microwave had a bloody great dent in the side of the kitchen, looked like a Beirut. At this time, Linda had been sitting in the dining room watching the telly. "What the beep is going on in there?" she said. "The tea kettle is exploding," says I. "How the beep did that happen?" "The gas can fell into it." "How did the freaking gas can get into the freaking kettle?" It was like this. Anyway, she trots out to survey the damage and she says, "If I was a freaking gas can that did it, where's the freaking gas can?"
Oh, no.
At this point, I hadn't realized that the gas can had left the scene of the crime. I looked left, not there. Looked right, not there either. Looked up. I think it went that-a-way. There was a neat 50-millimeter hole punched straight through the suspended ceiling. I moved the ceiling panel and found a ragged 75-millimeter hole in the Artex plasterboard above. With the aid of a torch, I could just see the scorched remains of the can jammed up into the joists, minus top and bottom, but otherwise intact. All the while, I had been bleeding copious amounts of blood over the remains of the kitchen. I put the plaster on my thumb and had a look at my ribs, which were not broken but sported a kettle lid shaped bruise. When I realized that I wasn't seriously damaged and that the house was not in flames, I looked up around and saw a funny side and pissed myself. Linda, however, was not amused. No sense of humor, some people. I did think to grab the camera, so here, I have the proof. And then they submitted pictures. So this wasn't an actual Darwin Award. It was just an honorable mention, but I thought that was a pretty funny story.
That's hilarious.
Real story with real pictures.
Oh.
Anyway, Darwins, they're hilarious and fun and
so
tragic.
kind for cleaning up our gene pool.
Right?
Makes you wonder how many happen a day.
Oh, probably a lot.
That just don't get reported.
Oh yeah.
People do some
Like family and
stupid
friends
things.
being embarrassed that they don't even want to report it type thing.
He was an honorable man.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, on that note, should we call it?
We should call it.
We should call it.
That was
What was
beautiful.
that?
That was me calling it.
Oh, all right.
Slamming the
called.
gavel.
Bam.
You know, I do have to say, I think my favorite is the bucket one.
Really?
From our last Darwin Award episode.
Bucket one.
Yeah.
With the weight of the
construction
bucket
one?
pulling him up and then it comes down.
Just
And,
kept on going.
Just a description.
Oh,
The
yeah.
description that he sent in.
right?
It's like something out of a Tom and Jerry episode.
That's honestly what I was hoping with this one because it had a lot of high votes, but as for good reasons. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh man, that's
Good
hilarious.
stuff.
Well, as always, we appreciate you guys being here. Hit that like and subscribe button. Share.
Yes.
Let people know that we're here. And yeah.
Hey,
Hope you
thank
guys
you
enjoyed the
so
episode.
much. Especially if you've made it this far, thank you
Exactly.
so much for hanging out with us.
Yes.
We hope you
been
enjoy
great.
these Darwin Award episodes as much as we do.
And give us some high ratings. If you like this what we do here, just give us some high ratings.
5
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah.
Hey, man. we have
Can
like
you talk, Chris?
You should just start using subliminal messaging and randomly throughout the podcast just be like, yeah, 5 stars.
5
and then,
stars.
Like, I looked over to the 5 stars. And
Hey,
How
you
about
know,
those 5 stars?
I actually looked at our ratings, and on Apple, I think we had like 50 ratings at 5 stars.
Wow.
50 of you like us.
Look at you guys
You
go.
really
Yeah,
like us.
so
We
please
appreciate
keep
ya.
hitting those ratings, guys. They
Yeah.
really help us.
Can I throw one in there, though?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm one of those 5-star ratings.
Hey, that's fine.
49 of you like us.
Oh, hey, that's just one platform.
true.
We're rated
Yeah.
on other ones as well.
true.
So,
Yeah.
and
true.
Hey, we're growing slowly but steadily, and it's all with your support. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We love you guys.
Yeah, we'll see you guys here next time.
Ciao.
Thanks.
Thanks for being
See
part
ya.
of this crowd.
Bye.
Bye.